Good morning class, welcome back to your online class. So in our previous video we were discussing chapter 2, that is 4 basic operations, right? So we have already discussed in detail about the 2 operations, that is addition and subtraction, right? So today's class will be discussing about multiplication and subtraction. You all in your junior classes have done multiplication of a small digit number, but in this class we will be discussing how to multiply the greater digit number. Okay, now before going through the exercise, first let us go through the properties of multiplication. Okay, so first one is the order property, just like you had in addition also, order property. Now what does order property mean? Let us take an example. So if you are given 35 into 100, what would be the answer? 3500. And if you are given 100 into 35, so what would be the answer? Answer would be same, that is 3500. So the first property, order property, says that the order of a number is not important in case of multiplication. Either you can write 100 first and then 35 later, and then you will get the same answer. Okay, so the order you can arrange it according to your convenience. Okay, you will get the same answer. So that's what order property says. Now second one is grouping property. Just like in case of addition, if you have more than 2 sets of number, okay, so you have 35 into 100 into 10. So your answer would be 35,000. Okay, now instead of keeping 35 with the 100, you keep 35 with the 10 and 100 outside the bracket. The answer would be same, that is 35,000. So if you have a more than 2 set of numbers also, you can arrange it according to your convenience. The answer would always be same in case of multiplication. Okay, so I hope you understood order property and grouping property. Now coming to zero property, what does it say? If you have any number 3500, if you multiply it with 0, your answer will be 0. So if you have any number and if the number is multiplied with 0, your answer will always be 0. So that's what is said by third property, that is zero property. Now let us move on to the exercise. Okay, one more property, that is multiplication by 1. Multiplication by 1. Multiplication by 1. So what does this mean? If you have any number, let us take 3500 only, and if you multiply it to 1, your answer would be the number itself. So if you have any number and if you multiply the number with 1, number would the answer that you would get would be the number itself. Okay. And the fifth property is product of even and odd. Product means multiplication, just like addition means sum, subtraction means difference, product means multiplication. So if you multiply 2 odd numbers, the answer would be odd number only, and if you multiply any 2 even number, answer would be even number only. I hope you know the difference between odd number and even number, right? Odd means the one which cannot be divided by 2, and the even means the one which can be easily divided by 2. Okay, so I hope you understood the properties of multiplication. Now let's go to exercise 2E. Okay, now let's move on with the exercise, that is exercise 2E, question number 1. The question number 1 says find the product, that means multiply the numbers. Okay, so like always we'll start with the ones digit only. So 2 2s are 4, 2 into 4 is 8, 2 into 3 is 6, 2 ones 2. Okay, now you will cross it here like this, again start with 5. One digit, tens digit number, 5 2s are 10, so you will give 1 here, 5 4s are 20 plus 1, 21, so 2 here, so 5 3s are 15 plus 2, 15 16 17, 17 here 1, 5 1s are 5 plus 1 6. Again, before start multiplying with the another number, cross 4 2s are 8, 4 4s are 16. So here 1, 4 3s are 12 plus 1, 13, 3. Here 1, 4 1s are 4 plus 1, 5. Now after you multiply, you will add all this. 4, 8, 8 plus 1, 9, 9 plus 6, 15. 1, 6 plus 1, 7, 7 7 14, 15 16. Here 1, 6 plus 3, 9 plus 1, 10. So here 1, 4 plus 5 plus 1, 6. So this would be your answer. So first you will be multiplying, starting with the ones digit, you will multiply all the numbers in this set, and then you will put a cross before starting with the second multiplication of a tens digit number. Okay, similarly you will do it, and after you have finished multiplying, then you will add all these numbers, then you will get the answer. Okay, I hope you understood. Now similarly question number 1D. So similarly you will multiply starting with the ones digit. So 4 8s are 32, 3 will be carried forward here, 6 4s are 24, 24, 25, 26, 27. 27 here 2, 5 4s 20, 21, 22. So 2 will be carried forward here, 4 1s are 4, 5 6. So cross 6 8s are 48. So 4 here, 6 6 are 36 plus 4 40. So 4 here, 6 5 are 30 plus 4 34. So 3 here, 6 1s are 6 plus 3 and 9. Now next number 8 3s are 24. So you will give 2 here, 6 6 are 3 6 are 18, 19 20. So 2 here, 5 3s are 15, 16 17. So 1 here, 3 1s are 3 plus 1 4. Now again add 2. 15, 8 plus 7, 15 plus 1 you will give it here. So 2 plus 1, 3 plus 4, 7, 6 plus 4, 10. So 1 here, 10 plus 7, 17. So 1 here, 4 plus 1, 5. So this would be your answer. Okay, now next two question, that is question number 2 and question number 3. Multiply the numbers and multiply to find the product. So both of it you can do it in a same manner. I hope if you can easily do question number 1 in a similar manner, you will arrange the question that is given in question number 2. Let's see question number M. So you will arrange it like this, and then starting with the ones digit, you will start multiplying one by one the above set of number. Then in similar manner cross and start with the tens, again then cross, again start with the hundreds, and then after multiplying you will add the number, just like you have done in question number 1. Okay, so I hope you can do question number 2 and 3 yourself. Okay, so estimating the products you will not do it, though I have taught you rounding the numbers, but estimating the products you will learn when you go to the higher classes. Just have a clear idea about how you have to round off the numbers. If you know that, estimating the products would be very easy. Okay, so now let's move on to the another question exercise, that is exercise 2F. Oh no, 2F will not do it. Now that means we are done with the multiplication. Now we will start with another operation, that is division. Okay, so let's move on to the next and the last operation, that is division. Now in division we have to understand few of the terminology, like this divisor, what is divisor, what is dividend, what is quotient, and what is remainder. So I will show you one division, and along with that I will explain it to you these few terms. Okay, so you have to divide 32,626 with 26. Okay, so if you are given two terms, two numbers like this, ones and tens, two numbers, then you have to look at the two numbers at your dividend side. Okay, so your 26 is your divisor, the one which is carrying out the operation, and the where the division is taking place, this is referred to as dividend. So I hope you understood these two terms, which one is divisor and which one is dividend. Okay, now look at, if you look at the divisor, if you have two numbers, then in dividend, in case of dividend also, first you have to look at the two numbers. Okay, now before carrying out any operation in your copy, before carrying out multiplication or division in your copy, by the corner you draw a margin like this, and you just write there rough work. And here you will carry out all the rough work, multiplication, division, and then you will write there. Okay, I will show you how. For example, first 26, you have 26 here, and here you have 32. So obviously 26 into 2 is, what is the answer? 6 to the 12, 1, 2 to the 4, 1, 5. So it is 52. So it is more than 32. So we will first carry out the division with 26. 1 is 26. Okay, now subtract the numbers. So 12 minus 6 would give you 6. So since you had carried forward 1 here, so you have 2 minus 2. You can either write 0 or you simply cross like this. Okay, now carry forward the another term. You can at a time you can carry only one numbers. Now if even after carrying out the one number, the number is less than that of a divisor, okay, then what you have to do is you have to carry two numbers, and whenever you are carrying two numbers downward, then you have to add 0 to the quotient side. So this one is your quotient. Okay, so here you have 6, so you will carry downward 6, so you have 66. So now 26 into 3 would give you 6 3 is 18, 3 2 is 6, 1 7. So 78 is more than 66. So the number above it, what is it? 26 2 is 52. So 6, so again subtraction, 6 minus 2 is 4, 6 minus 5 is 1. So you will carry forward downwards 2. Now since you are 78, now 26 into 4. 6 4s are 24, 2, 4 2s are 8, 9, 10. So let's see one more number which will be much closer to 142. So 6 5s are 30, 5 2s are 10, 11, 12, 13, 130. So let's do one more till we get the number which is greater than that of 142. Let's multiply. Okay. Now 6 6 are 36. 6 2 is 12, 13, 14, 15. So 156 is greater than 142. So what is the number above that? We will multiply with that. 26 5 is 130. So 2 minus 0 is 2, 4 minus 3 is 1. Then you will carry 26. So which one is closer to 26? So 130 is greater than 26. So with 4. 26 4 is 104. So you get 26 minus 4 is 2 and 2. So here your divisor is this 26, your dividend is this one, and this one is your quotient, and the one, since this number could not be completely divided by 26, so the remaining number, this one is the remainder. So I hope you understood these four terms, right? Now moving on to the property of a division. Okay, now if you move on to the property of a division, so if you have any number and the number is divided by 1, then the quotient, that means if you have any number, let that be 3, 2, 6 to 6 itself, okay, and the number is divided by 1, okay, then the quotient is always the number itself. That means your quotient will be the number itself, that means the dividend itself, okay. Now second property, when a number is divided by itself, the quotient is always 1. For example, if 32626 was divided by 32626, then answer would always be 1. Okay, and if any number is divided by 0, then the quotient is always 0. So these are the 3 properties of a division. Okay, so let's move on to the exercise. Okay, so I have showed you this example from exercise 2G, question number 1A. Exercise 2G, question number 1A. Okay, according to that question, we had to find the quotient and remainder and also check the answer. Now, how do we check the answer? So, for that you have one formula, okay, which you have to learn also. Let's check whether whatever division we have conducted, whether the answer is correct or not. Now, in order to check that, we have to learn this particular formula. So, according to formula, if you multiply quotient with divisor, then and add it with the remainder, whatever product you get, it will be equal to dividend. Okay. Now, according to question 1A, our quotient was 1254, divisor is 26, right, and remainder is 22, and our dividend is 32,626. So, let's see whether the answer is correct or not. So, first, according to BODMAS, in a set of quotient, if you have multiplication, addition, then first you have to multiply, right? So, first let's find a product of quotient into divisor. That is, let's multiply 1254 with 26. Answer that we would get is 32,604, and then we need to add the product with the remainder, that is 22. So, our answer would be 32,626, which is equal to the dividend, the quotient that we are given, right? So, I hope you could understand this, right? So, you can easily you can easily do other questions from exercise 2Z, okay? First you need to divide, and then question number 1 asks you to even check the answer. So, you can easily check with the help of this formula. Remember the formula, okay? And question number 2, you simply divide and find quotient and remainder. Okay. Now, next we will be doing word problems on multiplication and division. So, let's move on to exercise 2I of question number 1. Question number 1 says, Mr. Gupta earns 25,699 rupees per month. How much will he earn in 3 years? So, every month, what is the earning of Mr. Gupta? It is 25,699. So, but they are asking you to find his earning in 3 years. So, first of all, we need to find his earning in 1 year. In 1 year, how much does he earn? So, 1 year has how many months? 12 months, right? So, you will multiply his earning per month with 12. You will get the earning of 1 year, that is 3,08,388. Okay. Now, this is his earning in 1 year, but the question is to find his earning in 3 years. So, you have to multiply the earning in 1 year with 3 and you would get this answer. So, his earning in 3 years would be 9,25,164. Okay. So, I hope you understood how to do question number 1. Now, moving to question number 5. Now, according to the question, you are given 1,30,982 books are to be distributed equally to 79 libraries. So, similarly, you will write your word problems. You have to similarly write the total number of books first, then the total number of libraries. Okay, so in total number of books that you are given is 1,30,982. Okay, and the libraries among which you have to equally distribute is 79. So, how will you find the answer? you will divide the total number of books with the libraries, total number of libraries. So total number of libraries 79, and if you divide the total number of books, then you would get among each library would get 1658 books. Okay, so you have to conduct division. If you equal distribution, if you get a question like equal distribution and all, then you have to divide. Okay, so if you practice the examples that's given in your book also. If you practice more, you will understand easily whether you have to multiply, divide or add or subtract. So practice in mathematics, you need to practice a lot. Only then you will get to, you can yourself analyze whether the question is asking you to divide or subtract. Okay. So go through the other word problems from exercise 2I. Even I will send you the answers. Okay, so first you do it yourself and then you tally with the answer that I am sending. Do not directly copy it. First you try to do it yourself and then you tally with the answer that I am sending you. Okay, only then you will be able to do the word problems properly. If you directly copy from my answer, then exams I will not be giving you exactly what's given in a question in exercise. I will twist the question. So if I twist it in exam, then if you have copied it from my answer, then it would be difficult for you to do it in the exam. So first do it yourself and then tally it with the question answer that I have sent you. Okay, so that's all for today's class. So we are done with exercise chapter 2. So better go through the videos properly and the answers that I am sending you. You also practice it yourself well. Okay. So those are the 2 chapters for first unit test. So we are done with it. We will try to revise it through the virtual class. Okay. So that's all for today. Thank you.